I think we're cooking. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're back. Welcome to the Millie Morning Show, the Good Morning Show, the Morning Show. You know what it is. On today's show, we got an amazing show today. We're gonna be talking about three fire topics that's gonna really, hopefully, help you get to that next level, right? Whatever that next level is for you. Hopefully, today's show helps you get there. Let me make sure we streaming. We had two tech difficulties earlier, so I want to make sure we cooking. All right, looks like we're cooking. Okay, cool. Let me share this link out with a couple of heads really quick. Share this link out with a couple of people, and we are on. We are on. We are on. Listen, you guys. Today's episode, we are gonna touch on some fire information. I got three great talking points. I cannot wait to share with you. I got three talking points I cannot wait to share with you guys. And we about to get heavy. Uh this month specifically, we had a lot of fire. Well, I should say a lot of interesting a lot of interesting topics going around in business. A lot of interesting topics going around in business, specifically when it comes to, let's say, the world of podcasting, the world of music, and overall just the world of media. And I feel like there's a lot of information that we need to make sure that we tap it into, and it's all about like being innovative, right? It's about being innovative. um it's really about being innovative. How are we doing the things that we are doing? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? Can we do the things that we're doing even faster, right? Can we do the things that we're doing faster? So one of the things I definitely want to talk to you guys about is, how are you getting your message out there? And are you getting your message out there in a way in which money can flow to you um, easier? And you're just taking advantage of the technology. That's really the main thing. You're taking advantage of the technology that is available. And there's a lot of obviously there's a lot of ways that you can do different things, right? There's a lot of ways that you can do different things, that you can go about executing on your ideas, that you can go about approaching business. Um, but a lot of us are approaching it from a traditional standpoint. A lot of us are approaching it from a very traditional standpoint. And I want you guys to really think about, technologically speaking, how can I use leverage to really put us in a position to win, and put me in a position to win, and get us to our goal even faster. All right. So I want to show three different um I want to give you three different breakdowns of individuals, two recent and one um couple of years ago, that were really taking advantage of leverage, right? So let's get into the first one right now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So what I wanted to share on that is like being imaginative, like be creative, be free in the way that you conceptualize how you're gonna do business. Like think about the way that you're doing business right now. Like LaRussell, he monetized everything, right? Nipsey gave the play. Nipsey was like, yo, we're gonna be vertically integrated. Where do you get that from? Steve Jobs. Who's Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs was the creator of Apple. LaRussell is bringing the experience, and he's not being pigeonholed. Like I don't need a label, right? I don't need investors. And it's not to say you can't get investors or maybe a label with a certain style of agreement isn't going to work. But the main thing about it is that what he's monetizing from the live show. He owns the production, right? Hey, you can pay what you want to come to this show. You can buy merch. You can have ownership in the albums. Matter of fact, I'm putting out more albums than everyone else. You just heard what he said. They put out 40 albums since 2018. The experiences. You can play pickleball with LaRussell, right? So there's just so many different ways. And then recently he just did a live show, which I'll pull up in a little bit. He just did a live show, and our live streaming show generated 100,000. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. And then we're gonna get on to the next one. If y'all got any questions, drop the questions in the chat. Welcome to the Morning Millie Show. We'll be really getting to it on this show. Today we talking about being inventive. Why you need to be inventive. Why is it imperative that you're inventive in this space? in whatever space you're in specifically? Why does it make sense for you to go a different route if you really want to quantum leap, or if you really want to um make the money you want to make and make the impact that you want to make, right? Let's see if we can find this one. I didn't have this one queued up. Let me see, streaming 100K. Let me see if this pops up. Yeah, 100K album release. Okay, this is the full stream. Okay, look, La Russell Thon. All right, let me see. La Russell Thon. Let's see if we got a little thing about that. I really want to show y'all the like how innovative he is, yo. All right, let's check this out. So this might be still going on. I don't see like a review of this, but recently, as you can see from these multiple streams, right? Um, you can see from these multiple streams, LaRussell's been streaming his shows live. Look at the setup, right? LaRussell's rose to 100K, right? He's in the process of selling $100,000, 100,000 albums, right? Even recently, let's see if this pops up. Let me see. Kyrie Irving, LaRussell album. Right, so okay, here we go. See, like this is super ill, right? So we're talking about an artist that is being innovative. He's not doing things the traditional way, right? He's not. Oh, I have to release my album a certain way. Um, I have to sign to a label. My album's got to be this. I'm gonna drop one album a year and I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna have um I'm gonna have the label put together my shows, right? He's being accessible. He's in position, but he's still working like he like it's his first day out. It's extremely important for you to think about how can I be innovative in 2026 with podcasts and with marketing with my business. How can I be how really can I be innovative? How can I really take this thing to that next level? How can I really go so far as to be bold enough and say, hey, this is my prices. This is an AJ I'm coming with. These are my packages. How can I literally roll things up so it's just different, and I make an indent, I make a splash, I literally do something that no one else thought it was possible for me to do. How can I set myself to do that? Why not? Why not set myself up to do that, right? Um, let's check out the next talking point that I had up for you guys. And this one's about Charlemagne with that $200 million deal, recently deal. Let's check that out. This is tremendous, right? This is tremendous, right? Why is this tremendous? Do you know how many people out here think that there's no money in the podcast space? Do you know how many people think that I gotta wait for a brand deal? I gotta wait for a brand deal, right? I gotta wait for We got some amazing topics that we're gonna I gotta wait for a brand deal. I gotta wait for a sponsorship. I gotta wait for somebody to give me money. Right? I gotta wait for opportunities to pop on. This man just signed a $200 million deal. Do you know do you know that between Charlemagne, between $1 million worth of game, homeboy with ESPN, I'm trying to think his name, not Stephen A. Smith, but it's a it's another guy. I forget his name right now. And then obviously the Kelsey twins, they've been well, the Kelsey brothers rather, they've been giving out big bags in podcasting. But this is the thing. Hold on one second. This is the thing, right? And today we got some amazing topics that we're gonna share with you guys. But if they can give so much money to these 4 or 5 people, right? If they can give so much money for these 4 or 5 people, what like how much money is there really in the media space? If they could give this money to these 4 or 5 people, how much money is there really in the media space? That's how I look at it. I look at it like, yo, if they gave 4 people 200 million, 100 million, only 4 people, how much money do these networks have? How much money is really out there like that? So when I see someone like him, um, so when I see the when I see someone like him really get into it, right? It makes me think. I'm like, okay, cool. If they gave these people 500 million, they gave Charlemagne 200 million. These networks got to be making multi-billions worth of dollars. There's so much money in the space. But how do we be inventive? How can we be innovative? Like we just saw with LaRussell. LaRussell, what's he doing? He's streaming. He's doing live shows. He's dropping an abundance of albums. He's dropping albums like the albums are lead magnets. He's not dropping albums for albums. See, he realizes that the music is just a connector between me and the audience. See, with the music, I can get my message to the audience. I can give them these slaps, right? I can give them these slaps for free. If they purchase the music, it doesn't even matter. They can buy an album for $1. They can buy an album like Kyrie Irving for 11,000. But I want to give them a live show. I want to give them a chance to play pickleball with me. I want to get them. I want to get them access to get the merch. I want to get them access to buy a tour ticket. The music's just a lead mag. So when you're thinking about your business, how can your business be innovative in 2026? What's the best way for you to go out and really make an indent? Now's really the time for you to really step back and think, okay, cool. How am I operating my business? How can I operate my business differently? How can I get to the bag differently? What's really the separator? What's really the separator, right? So let's go. I'm gonna show y'all the Kyrie Irving thing real quick. We're gonna hop over to the Tory Lanez example. And if you're just coming on, welcome to the Morning Millie Show. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. We're talking about how your business can really be innovative in 2026, and why operating your business traditionally just does not make sense. Why operating your business traditionally just does not make sense. And why you have to think about how can I do what I'm doing using technology, thinking out the box, thinking bigger, creating my own lane and bringing it all together, right? So let's show the Kyrie Irving thing one more time, and then we're gonna get into that next example with Tory Lanez. Oh, y'all can't hear the clips? They ain't letting the clips play? All right, so we gotta make sure this thing is good, man. I want to make sure you guys are hearing this, hearing that actual audio. If you can't hear the audio, let me know in the chat. If you can hear me but you can't hear the audio, let me know in the chat. As I mentioned to you guys yesterday, we're not waiting for things to work or not work. We're you know what I'm saying? We're figuring the joint out as we go. Because at the end of the day, we're making a commitment. Oh, you can't hear the replay, or you can't hear me. Which one is it? Or both? You can't when I play the YouTube, you can't hear the YouTube? Yeah, see, if you can't hear the YouTube, we gotta figure that out. Why can't we hear the YouTube, man? That's terrible. Why can't we hear the YouTube? Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna play this video and see what we can you can hear me, but not the clips. Yeah, see, that's whack. We're gonna figure this out. So let's play this video and then we're gonna see what we can do on it. So listen, if y'all didn't get a chance to see that, it's all good. I'm gonna figure out why we can't hear the music, right? But at the end of the day, what I want to explain to you is that this is another example of someone being innovative. This is another example of someone being innovative, right? Tory Lanez took his album, put his album on an NFT. Then he resold the NFTs at whatever price he wanted to get, and then he put the power in the art, and he put the power in the consumer's hand, so the consumer could do what? They could take advantage of reselling the album for whatever. Give you ownership, give you equity, give you the opportunity to really run it up, right? And it allowed him to what? Make $1 million like in a day. So monetizing monetizing isn't like time and monetization, they aren't exclusive. You know what I'm saying? They're not a couple. They're not in what's the word I want to use? They're not in like a monogamous relationship. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, time and money are exclusive of each other. And when you bring in technology, when you bring in like thinking bigger, when you start to be innovative in your space, you really tend to understand, okay, cool. I could probably make $1 million way faster, or in this case, I could probably just make $1 million. I never had that thought before. I could probably just do it. Because when you look at the math isn't really crazy at all. But what's crazy is sometimes the way that we're processing, the way that we're operating, the way that we're doing business, we tend to do it in a very traditional fashion. And because we're doing it in a traditional fashion, what happens is it prevents us from thinking out of the box. Because if you think out the box, depending on who's in your box with you, their thoughts might be limited as well. So then you want to suppress your thinking to match their thinking. So then you're not seen as an outcast, or you're doing something against your grain, or you're just doing something arguably totally different in general. And as a result, that idea never flies because you're trying to like fit into what everyone else is doing. And that's gonna hold you back. So like different ways that you can be innovative. I'm gonna give you guys some example, right? Um, Different ways that you can be innovative, right? Number one, you can be innovative in how you think. Innovative in how you think. Think about the biggest way, the biggest splash, the most non-traditional way that you can make an impact in your category of business. I'll give you an example, right? This is back in the day when I was a realtor, right? Most real estate agents still to this day don't produce content. Most real estate agents still to this day operate from what? Referrals and word of mouth. They still don't make content, the majority of them. They still doing boring walkthrough videos. They're still not on YouTube solving problems. They don't run no ads. So you being a real estate agent and being innovative is okay. I'm gonna check all these boxes. This is just the minimum. I'm checking all these boxes. But what I'm gonna do is, right? I'm gonna what? I'm gonna do streams of what? Walkthrough of homes. I'm gonna do streams of how to buy home classes. I'm gonna have a podcast. I'm gonna invite people to come on my show live. Right? I'm gonna put my own real estate shows together. I don't gotta wait for Bravo. Right? I'm gonna be using the internet to what? To answer questions for buyers, for sellers. I'm gonna do everything non-traditional. I'm either gonna have like, let's say, tours. Hey, once a month, meet up with me. We'll go tour some properties. A lot of different things are possible to be innovative, but a lot of us are just falling back into doing what everyone is doing. Literally what everyone is doing. And that's gonna make your growth extremely slow. You're not gonna be an outlier, and you're literally just gonna be following the crowd. Literally just following the crowd, right? And that's what we don't want. Um, Next, think about this. Content within itself is the minimum. You got to be doing content. But how do you quantum leap your success with the way that you operate your business? What's like, and this is just for you to think about. If you could use technology, if you could use the internet, uh if you can own more stake in your success, what is the biggest thing that you will want to accomplish? And I would write something like that down. Because nowadays, a lot of the ways we thought that we could make a splash, we could really make it. I remember growing up and I was like, man, I can't fathom how I can make $150,000. Because I was thinking from a corporate lens. Like, how can I get a corporate job to pay me $150,000? And I couldn't fathom that with an English degree. I couldn't fathom that with a marketing degree. I couldn't fathom that with the skill set that I currently have because I wasn't around anyone else that was, you know, with my same skill set, with my same degree, making that much money. And the only individuals I saw that was, in my space that was making close to that were people that were like corporate bankers. Like I have friends that work for Bank of America. I have friends that work for Chase Bank. I have friends that work for First Republic, and they was making like, you know, low to mid six figures. I didn't see that path because to me, like the money and time was they were mutually exclusive. They were in a relationship. I didn't see how you could separate money from time. It just that thought was just never introduced to me at all. It was never introduced to me. It wasn't until I got to like my mid to late 30s where I saw that it was possible and everything that I was shown, everything that was told um was false. It wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be innovative. You gotta think bigger. You gotta have a wider lens of opportunities. You gotta bring in the technology. You gotta use the internet. You gotta leverage, and you gotta think out the box. Like your new normal gotta be like a seven figure, eight figure conversation. Like that has to be the new normal. You can't have no more five figure and six figure conversations. You can't even have people around you that are having five and six figure conversations. It is not because there's anything wrong with five or six figures. It's a whole nother game right now. It's a whole nother game right now. And if you're a business owner and you want to have a successful business, I mean, I just challenge you to think outside of the box. I challenge you to do something different than what your industry does. Like even think about car washes. All car washes operate the same. Like if you compare the car washes, okay, cool. You know what? Some car washes are gonna have multiple streams of income. Some car washes are gonna be self wash. Some car washes are gonna be drive through. Some car washes are gonna be detail. But how does a car wash right now like break the mold? It could be content. It could be pre-booking services, right? Like one of the car washes out here where I live at is pretty cool. Like you can get your car washed and then you could have lunch or you can have breakfast. And that's pretty dope. Like that's innovative, right? They're like, hey, okay, you're gonna be here for 20, 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's get you some food, let's get you a coffee, sit down, enjoy yourself, have you relax. You're spending time. If you spend time, you're gonna spend money. But it's really about elevating the way that you think, operating on a higher level, and really truly getting to it. And that's one of the things I definitely want to share with you guys today. So I might have to run today's episode back because you could not hear the YouTubes, right? And I gotta figure that out because let me see if there's a way I could do it in here. Activate system audio capture. Maybe that's it. Does that do anything? No, it just took the whole thing away. Activate system audio capture. All right, let me see if this works.
Like, yo, I don't want to celebrate for no reason. I want to make sure I'm celebrating for the right. It's gone. So it's gone.
Y'all hear that?
Nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me. I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler. Yes, nigga! I'm a hustler. A fucking million copies, I just went fucking platinum, nigga. I just sold the equivalent units. Y'all don't understand it. I just sold the equivalent units at $1. Sold 1 million copies flat, my nigga. That's platinum, and I sold 1 million copies, and I made $1 million in less than a fucking minute, my nigga. Y'all try to hold me back, you can't fucking stop me, my nigga. You can't stop me, bro. Look at this. I want all my fans to understand I'm not even excited for me. I'm excited for y'all niggas, bro. Y'all about to resell this shit and make so much fucking bread. All you niggas who bought 1,000, bought 40 of them shits, y'all about to make, yo. I'm a hustler.
Yo, so y'all heard that, right? Drop it in the chat. Let me know if you heard that. I feel like I figured it out. Let me know in the chat if you on here, if you heard that. I think there's like a couple people on here. Let me know if you heard that. I feel like, yeah, it works. It works. Yeah, it works. It works. It works. It works. Let me know in the chat just so I can hear from you guys if it works. Let me know if it works. Let me see. Yeah, okay. All right, so look, we can go back to the top on this one. We can go back to the top. Because I think this was a good one, yo. This was really a good one.
The new GLP-1 pill on Ro. It's the same weight loss ingredient as the shot, now in a pill. The first ever FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss on Ro, with an innovative formula that finally unlocks real GLP-1 results in a pill. 1 pill a day to lose 14% of your body weight in a year. The lowest price FDA-approved GLP-1 ever. Now on Ro.
On a Sunday afternoon in Brooklyn, rapper La Russell is taking people to church. His church. There's no podium or pews. Music is the gospel. 40 albums released since 2018.
Crazy.
More than 100 million global streams. And sold-out shows from major venues.
This is a backyard I've had since I was a kid.
To his childhood backyard. No record label radio push, no splashy venture capital funded PR campaigns, just La Russell and his team Good Company getting to work. Ushering in a new model of independence.
Every show that we throw at home and locally, we're providing all the audio and staging and things as well. Like, we're bringing in the production too. So it's really just being able to fund your vision, you know? And it's a different roller coaster when you're independent because you're constantly taking risks for a reward that you see in your head. That may not be something that looks completely tangible yet, but you have to just go with like what you feel.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Thanks to an innovative offer-based business model using sliding scales, La Russell has reimagined what success in music can look like.
To how I get my dishes. Now back it all.
Other artists can bid on collaborations with La Russell.
They want to sign me, the industry is lost.
While supporters can bid on everything from concert tickets to merch, take stock in his songs for royalties, and even pay for experiences with him, like a game of pickleball.
Are you nice at pickleball?
I'm nice.
The access has turned fans into family, allowing him to connect with supporters on a deeper level.
Appreciate you.
Ahead of a recent Brooklyn show, I talked to the Vallejo, California native about how he's been able to thrive in such a non-traditional way.
Why have you been able to be successful in an area in a way that others haven't?
Because I'm me. I mean, that's the best way that I could put it. When have you went to see a hip hop concert at 2 p.m.? That's why I get grandmothers and I get children and I got 50, 40, 30. I have every age from 1 to 100.
You have some Good Company merch on. The fact that he's independent, like, what does that mean to y'all?
It feels great supporting people that are putting good energy out, you know, being direct to the artist.
I'm assuming this is not y'all first show.
Nope.
What number show is this?
28.
1T.
28. He plays
Y'all might
a
as well
lot in
get
the Bay.
signed.
I mean,
Get signed to
we're
Good Company.
We're part of
28.
the family now, the GC family.
Wow.
And, no, every show is different.
Yes,
It's
amazing.
an experience, and the part that he's independent, it's like the whole crew is just like true artists and truly creative. There's no structure or mold they're trying to fit into.
Do you feel like when it comes to independence, it's strategic or is it out of necessity?
That intentionality only derives from necessity, right? Like you don't get there without it. So the necessity is really what makes you indie. It's not because it's like I wasn't independent because I didn't want to sign and I didn't like the labels and I didn't like this. I was independent because I didn't have no other option.
So you own everything.
Yeah.
How lucrative is it to be independent?
Very. So look, this is the crazy thing. So there's so many forms of independence. I've made millions of dollars from Vallejo, California. When you're building billion-dollar things, millions of dollars don't do it. So it's very lucrative for me, but I'm still hustling because I'm building something mega.
I've been a star since I was little.
And if you build it, they will come.
$100 pillows.
Marquise Francis, NBC News.
Yeah, that was a really good one, man. So listen, you guys, if you tapped in, I know we had a couple of technical difficulties from the sound to some pauses and all of that, but we're figuring it out as we go. Being consistent, showing up, that's really the most important thing. So we gonna definitely get this thing figured out and locked in, man. But I appreciate you guys for tapping in today. I hope that you could hear the sound when I played that last clip. There was an issue that I figured out. You know, we had to make sure we had that activated system audio capture set up. You know what I mean? We got that going. So it is what it is. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be a later show. Gotta be at this event all day. But then we'll be back. We'll be back on Friday. All right. So you guys have an amazing day. Take care. And we'll go from there. All right. Talk to you in a little bit. Peace.